Welcome back to On the Record. We're at the Ingram Micro VTN event here in pretty nice weather in Las Vegas, and I'm here with Neil and Todd. Neil, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
Todd, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So both of you guys have a past life, before we go into where you actually are, but you both have a past life as being a VAR or a channel partner. Is that correct?
That is correct. I've been in the channel industry for about 28 years.
28.
In the VAR industry.
I got you beat by 3. Or maybe you got me beat by 3 if it's being younger.
Amongst you guys, I'm just a baby in the channel with 10 years.
Just 10 years. And so you opened up a company and it's called VAR Staffing.
Correct.
So it's pretty safe assuming, even though I already know, that it means that you provide staff for VARs who need qualified people.
That's correct. We do 3 different things. Number one is if a VAR has internal engineering needs, internal sales needs internally for their organization, we can find them the talent they need, the needle in the haystack, if you will. There's 2 other methodologies that we help VARs with. The second methodology is if they have clients, let's say some jobs come on in that they don't have enough staff for, they don't want to hire someone for full time, so we can find them the contract talent, whether it be for a week, a month, a year, whatever it might be. And there's also a third methodology where we help our VARs out. If they have clients that need, let's say, help desk internally at their clients' offices, or maybe they need some salespeople, whatever it might be, programmers within their clients, they can become a resource for their clients in finding talent, using VAR staffing as a methodology for that.
Interesting. So here at the show, what are you trying to accomplish?
Well, there's an educational aspect to it, Robert. Working with the VARs, today, if a VAR gets a request from their customer, their current client, and they don't have the existing skill set in-house, today a lot of VARs are saying no to that business. Let's just say like an F5 firewall in implementation. They don't have existing F5 talent on board. So they'll come to us and say, hey, I need a couple of F5 engineers for the next 90 days. Maybe they're in the same city as they are. Maybe they need them in 2 separate cities. We're able to go out, find that talent for them, and now they can say yes to that work, allowing them to win a bigger share of their customers. So, teaching them to think that way, think different about staffing, the methods that Neil mentioned, and just, everything's about a service today. Hardware is a service, software is a service. What we really want them to do is start thinking about staffing as a service, because there's no reason to go out and hire that expensive talent and then have them sit around not billing between engagements.
So let me sort of sum it up. So I'm going to interview myself. So Robert, what do you think about these people? Well, really what you are is you're no different than anybody else who's out there who is running a recruitment company. Well, in the sense, let me finish, and then we'll go through it, and then you can argue. Except that the fact is that when you're out there, you've got the experience, you understand what the people need, you understand if it's short term, you understand if it's long term, and you have the people who are actually able to do it, as opposed to a normal everyday recruitment company who go out there and say to somebody, oh, do you know IT? And they go, yeah, and they go, okay, well, here, that'll work for you. Am I doing it right?
Yeah, let me take that one, Neil. The thing that really sets us different is because we do have everybody involved in the company has a channel background. We're able to screen the candidates much further. When a VAR is looking to add an engineer on board, not only do they need the technical chops, and you can find that by just doing a keyword search based on the certification, but does that engineer have the people skills to go out and carry the face of their employer out to the clientele? Do they have the personality? And that's the type of things that unless you work in this industry, you wouldn't think to screen on that. I just worked with a very large reseller up in the Northeast who uses 3 different sourcing firms for every opening. And on the most recent search, he said, Todd, the only interviews I did, all 3 that I interviewed came from your organization. And the hardest decision, there were 2 candidates, and the hardest decision there was is which one of them to hire. And I got a testimonial from them I can share with you down the road. And that's what truly sets us apart, is we have been in the VAR's shoes, so we know their business, we know the type of talent they're looking for.
Sounds good. So are you signing up a lot of people here?
We're signing up a lot of people all over the place. We exhibit at many of the different conferences, from the AutoTask to the ConnectWise IT Nation we're going to be exhibiting at. Of course, Ingram Micro is a good staffing partner of ours. They have something called Ingram Micro Staffing, which is a great organization and we work with them through the Ingram Micro Staffing. Everybody has a need. When I talk to manufacturers, when I talk to other VARs in the channel, one of their biggest challenges is finding the right talent, finding the needle in the haystack. You know, some people feel that just get a bunch of resumes on in, and that's the same thing as we do. That's so not true. We do the screening behind, the screen behind it. We make sure it's the right person. Just like Todd said, this company, we hear this all the time. As far as the resumes that we put in to our clients, the resellers, they're very direct in exactly what the VAR needed, and so they want to interview them versus being thrown a bunch, 10 different. Being thrown 10 different resumes, 9 of them have no validity as far as being a good candidate truly for the client.
Well, the two of you sound really passionate about it. It's definitely a service that we need in the industry. So the name of the company is VAR Street?
VAR Staffing.
VAR Staffing, sorry. And sorry, you said Autotask.
No, not a problem.
Then it came through with the VAR Street. But
yes.
VAR Staffing.
VAR Staffing.
And I assume they can reach you at VAR Staffing?
VARstaffing.com.
That was what I was going to guess. Thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you very much. We do appreciate it.
Thank you,
Thank
Robert.
you.